Hello again to everyone. It's Dr. Marilyn Monroe, the reincarnation soul of the Jewish Marilyn Monroe, died in 1962 and returned to life as the God will as a Jewish in 1965. I am here in the benefit of the Rabbi Lubavitcher. He asked me to award Rabbi Moses from Chabad in Neve Tzedek, Tel Aviv, to start talk about the unity of the Jewish people, to start do things I can, as he seems that I can, to make bring us together again, because we are in a very big split. So I demonstrate each video in Hebrew and in English. It's not exactly the same, but the main issues are the same. And I will try to repeat the Hebrew version that I already done about this subject. The split we have inside. We have many splits. The biggest one is between the religious people and the not religious people. Inside of it we have endlessly kind of splits that turn out to be something that like a mirror, it reflects on all the countries and all the nations, which mean as long when we are not united and loving each other, like the Rabbi love each Jewish separately and all together, like he wants us to love each Jewish, no matter his size, his shape, his religious abilities, or if he's not religious, as long as he is a Jew and was born as a Jew, he wants us all to love the same one another. He wants us all to respect the same one another. Nobody is above, nobody is below. We are all equal from the basics of the creation of the Lord. As long as we are part of the creation of the Creator, of the big Creator, the Lord, we are all the same, at the same level in this exclusively DNA of being a Jew. So it doesn't matter if you are religious or not religious, if you are rich or you are poor. You are from the same DNA, from the same spark, from the same creation of the Lord. So to be united is the only power, as my grandfather Shlomo used to say, is the only power that can fit and can defeat any enemy in the world. And I think the 7th of November teach this lesson very well. As well, it teach the Jewish people to be more kind to each other and to more love each other. But still, we have a long way to go, because the very big split is still going on between the very religious people, Jewish people, that seeing themselves as the true Jewish, and the not religious, the normal people like me, which I have aspect of being very religious in a kind, my own way to see things. Yes, not something which comes from the strictly Jewish religious. I as well an artist, so I as well, let's say, make a nude photography of myself. So I'm not a strict religious Jewish. For them, if they are looking at me, I'm something that is against the Jewish strict religious. So they see in me something strange, not something that belong. As much as they see in any person, any Jewish person, normal, regular, not religious type of Jewish people that live in Israel or outside in Israel, as long as they are not very strict inside of the religious, these people that own the religious, the strict religious, let's say, abilities or knowledge, they flag us as something that is not Jew. And the Rabbi is against it. The Rabbi is against any kind of flag or prejudice or any kind of separation between the souls, any party of the souls of the Jewish people. The Rabbi loves us equally. It doesn't matter what we are, what we do in the normal life. He loves each and every one of us as equal, as the same, as the spark of the God creation. So there is a very long way to go, and in the Hebrew version of this video I gave sample about facts. A fact is that if I alone is going to go in some street in Israel or maybe as well abroad, I don't know, where just very strict religious living there, they can beat me to death in the street. A group of people together, they can just kill me with whatever, beat me to death, or with stones, they can do that. So what is the difference between me going into very dangerous streets in any other country in the world, or even inside in Israel, where Muslims that want to kill me are going to do that? Well, the only difference is going to be that if I will come into a Muslim part, which I will be died by them, I will be raped. First of all, then I will be died, okay? Eventually I will be died from the rape, from the beating, from the cruelty. In the Jewish religious part, they are not going to rape me. Just going to beat me and or stone me with stones. So as long as we can be cruel the same as our enemies, nothing is going to be changed. Nothing. So any Jewish at all, any Jewish person at all in the world cannot question mark what is going on, why things are against us like this, why everybody want to kill us, why we are being murdered, because we didn't finish to do it to one another. We didn't finish to think, to wish, or to do it to one another. The enemy is inside. The hatred is still inside. As long as we are not shining like a star all together, or like a diamond all together, from the inside to the out, there's not going to be a change, and no Mashiach is going to come to save us. Nobody can come and do the matrix of changing us to take the darkness, and one day it's going to be heaven. It's not going to be like this. And the only way it's going to be, maybe it's a long process, but it's going to be an internal cleansing. Any soul, any Jewish soul need to be done between itself, each one between himself, and then between all his family, friends, neighbors, other Jewish people. There is no shortcut. There is no other way. And we need to do a very strong clinging. The clinging need to go down to the DNA, because deep down inside the DNA there have been some kind of changes that been taking from a very ancient time in the molecular field, in the DNA field, in the atomic field of the Jewish people. So this is where we should go, and there are techniques today, all kind of technique that can be done. This changing inside of the DNA, inside of the basic structure that was changed in an ancient time by evil forces and evil people and evil entities, because most of humanity is not aware of that, but Earth is being governed for many years already, millions of years, by evil forces that fighting the light forces. And actually, in the Jewish religions, we know we put emphasis on this fight, and this is why it's very important to make an internal cleansing, everyday internal spiritual cleansing, and to learn all kind of technique to do that. There are all kind of technique to exchange the darkness into light, and to change the DNA, and to make the manipulation back to the source, back to the core. And basically, people that don't have these tools or didn't learn anything, they can use imagination. Imagination is one of the biggest tools that you can change anything dark into light. Like you're making a painting, you can color the paper, the white paper, with very dark colors, and you can color it with light and wonderful colors. So it's something that you need to exercise on it, to see the light inside of everything that is dark. It takes sometimes years. I know for myself, it takes sometimes years to realize that. And this is one of the things we are coming to Earth to learn. Earth is a school. So to see the light inside of every Jewish soul is as well the same thing. And to love each one as the Rabbi wants us to. It doesn't matter if you are a religious or not. This is the way. This is the only way. And I have given a sample why we have so many enemies, so much hatred, so much duality, so much split, so much desire to kill and to murder. This is something we have inside of our DNA. It's the very deep sleep, very deep antagonism. Each person, if you take a look inside of your mirror, you will realize that inside of you have many voices, and sometimes these voices just want to destroy anything and to kill and distract. And these voices, This is something that is coming, it was inherited. We are today, our CD or hard disk, yes, our hard disk, the main hard disk of our computer is not clean. It's like you're going to a store and you're buying a second-hand computer. It's not clean. The hard disk is not clean. So we need to clean it. We need to make a full fragmentation to clean everything, any file from the inside. People that are working with special tools, they know that we need to clean the cosmic library from all the books, from all the files, from all the contracts, from everything that there is in the history of the Jewish people, in order to come to a place where we are not going to be attacked by enemies, that the basic line of them is everything that is lying and written on this cosmic library. So we need to clean all these books. We need to clean everything there in order to free ourselves from the karmatic endlessly loop we are in. So people like me are working around the clock on this and doing that all the time, to myself and to all the Jewish nation. But as much as more awareness is going to be around the world, this is as faster as we can go upper, back to the light, from the very, very dark holes into back to the light. Go back to heaven, not as I'm not talking about to be dead and to go to heaven. I'm going to have heaven here inside of earth. One sample that I want to give, I gave it in Hebrew, is take for a sample, if you're going into a room and there is a table, and on the table there is a flat, and two flat. One, they are covered with a sheet, and then somebody tells you, okay, you can go to the left flat and just uncover it and see what there is beneath, and if you want it, you can take it, it's yours. So you're going and you're lifting the sheet, and you see a sheet, smell like sheet, full with worms on this flat. Will you take it? Will you? No, right? It's disgusting. You want to vomit. You want to bury it. You want to destroy it. You want to vanish it, right? And then he will tell you, okay, take off the sheet from the other flat, and then you see a very big shining diamond. Wow, full with light, real diamond, real big one, very beautiful. Will you take it? Do I have to answer this question? Of course not. So this is exactly the same thing with the Jewish people. We need to come back to become one like a diamond, and clean like a diamond, and with a wonderful shining shape, all together like one soul. We need to understand that the only way is to be one soul. We cannot be split. We cannot defeat one another with ego. There are so many kinds of egos, and ego is illness. So we need to help more one another, give a hand as much as everybody can. Little help can change the world of somebody. You don't need to be the Mashiach. Each one of us have the ability to give a little tiny help each day to one person. It doesn't matter if he's in your family or friends or you don't know him. And it can change his word. Little, tiny one, not very large. You don't have to own money to do that. You just have to own goodwill and love for another Jewish. You want to elevate him. You want to see him up. So, this is what the Rabbi wants. That we will split the love. And we are going to be generous in giving and helping. And he wants us to be the Mashiach of ourselves. Nobody wants us to be little children, helpless children, needy children. When the Mashiach is going to come? When? All day to cry or to wishful that somebody is going to save us from our own shit. This is not going to be like this. There is a work to be done. We are going to save us. We are strong. We have the godly spark inside of us. The DNA, the major, the roots of the DNA is the godly. So every one of us have the power. Even in times that it's look like we don't have a power at all, we still have a power. So, this is what we need to do. And I know it's not going to take one day. It's going to take many days, maybe, or many years to come. But at least if we have the focus on the right way, we know what needs to be done. Be generous, to love, to share, to help. It's basic. And we all know today that we don't have anybody else. Jewish people don't have anybody else. We have one another. We have to defeat the demons from the inside, and we have to see the sparkling light and diamond inside each and every one of us, and we have to elevate this diamond, to take it out of the sheet, to clean it, to take it from the dark hole and put it up in the light. Each and every one of us have the ability to elevate others. I don't know what about you, but I know that from a very, very young age, all that I want to do is to elevate others. There's no other way. I cannot see any other way. This is the only wish I will to do and to be able to do, elevating others. It doesn't matter if it's somebody that you don't really know at all, and you're just going and give him reflect to him some kind that you see beautiful in him, even if you don't know him. You just meet him in the shop and you just see that he has something beautiful, and you just tell him, wow, this is so beautiful, or you are so beautiful. Or it's somebody that you know, and you spend more time and give him more. Generally, I know many people that know other people and know them even well, even inside families, and they will not move their finger to help this person when he's even in a very big danger. If this is something that's happened inside of the Jewish people, that we are not helping one another, even if we see somebody close to us in a very big danger, this is catastrophic. And right now, I have to admit, I said something that I myself realize on myself many times. People that I was depend on, and I was thinking they are my close friends or family, and I was in very, very big dangerous situation. they didn't want to help. Why? So we forget that well, this is the only way. This is the really only way we can united and defeat all the hatred that is around us. So I hope it makes sense to you. It's not that I invent anything. If you will refer to the Rabbi Lubavitch in the internet, you will see he's talking about loving each Jewish. It doesn't matter if it's a small person or poor person or baby or a child. He said that to invent on each Jewish, it doesn't matter his size, or if he's a baby or a child or teen or a grown up, you need to invent, because you can never know what will become of this child or what he is going to be. It's like a seed. The Lord plant inside of each of us a seed, a hidden seed, and you can never know if you give water to the seed what kind of flower is going to bring out. And you can be very much surprised to see what kind of flower people can bring out if you just water them like a flower, like a seed of a flower. Be generous to one another. See the light in one another. Criticize, judgmental, envy, jealousy, hatred, stabbing a person in the back, manipulating a person. All these things need to be cleaned up from the brain, from the cells, from the DNA. All the criminal behavior, all the judgmental behavior, all the it's really hard to say, but most of the people in Israel today, because they have been so many times traumatized by all the people that want to see us dead, most of them are on drugs today. And what the drug do is doesn't let you recognize yourself even more. It's just a palliation for the pain. This is what it does. And most of them need a medical drug to overcome the day. And I think the real medicine, the real medicine, if we were just sharing love, showing care, giving and helping, this could cure so many hearts and so many souls, and that they could release the drug from the habit of taking it, and it could cure so many soul wounds. In that way, people could come back to their realization who they really are, and taking care to help others to see who they really are. And being a Jew is some kind of task that actually, if you ask me when I was little what's going on in here, I couldn't even imagine what hard task it will be. So we have to be together and help one another to defeat in this task, because this is the only way. This is what Rabbi wants me to say. I assumed Rabbi Lubavitch, the Mashiach, which is going to come back one day reincarnated. I'm the reincarnation of Marilyn Monroe. Thank you, living in Tel Aviv. Thank you for listening today. See you in the next video.